What's up, y'all? It's your boy Oxy back with another video, and today we're going to take you guys behind the buck on Oxy versus Young Konkrete. Today, if you haven't already seen the Oxy versus Young Konkrete battle that I've been promoting for a cool minute prior to the drop, it is officially out now, so be sure to go and check that out if you haven't done so already. Now, I am going to give a spoiler that I am going to be dropping some gems into this video. That means I'm going to be giving you guys a little bit of insight on not only just how my mind went in this battle, but also how I prepped for it, the way that I kind of think in this process. And I'm not going to say that it's just for me, because these are things that I've also learned from, whether it be my big homies or whether it be from just like experience. So if you haven't already seen the video, be sure to check the link. I forgot which side it goes on. But be sure to check the link really quick so that you can watch the full battle and then come back, watch this so that you can kind of get the insight and then rewatch it again. And you'll be like, oh my God, like that makes so much sense now. If you don't pay attention to the promos or pay attention to what led to the battle, a lot of the context of some of the things that I'm doing isn't gonna make a lot of sense to you. Now, if you want to skip the gems that I'm going to be dropping right now and go straight over to the battle footage, then here, check this right here. This is the timestamp, and you guys can go see exactly what my mind process is right from the jump without having to hear all the extra stuff. Now, here's some things that I do leading into battles. In my first round, I do not care what you do. I repeat, I do not care what you do. Reason being is this is supposed to be a moment to showcase my character, my style, my everything, without the need to feel like it has to be a rebuttal or a revert to adjust to whatever it is that you're doing. So even if I went first or second, my mind is on a clean slate until my music comes on. My first round is where majority of my lab goes into, is because that is when I have the most energy. That is when I'm the least amount of fatigue. I have a lot of my pacing together, so I can kind of play with a lot of the energy that's around. And because I have so much stuff in my head, I can actually clearly think about them, because again, I'm not worn out, my energy isn't dulled down, I'm not feeling heavy in certain body parts or whatever the case is. So I kind of have a lot of leeway in terms of being able to showcase myself to my fullest potential, because I have all my energy. So remember that. Your first round should be a heavy, all your potential, your great moments, your lab, your biggest, because then that is how you can make one-rounders, that is how you can make bigger opportunities for yourself, because you killed somebody off with you, with your skill, with your set, without having to worry about all the extra stuff. So my first round, I am all me, I am all my understanding. I'm not worried about my opponent, I'm not worried about rebuttals, I'm worried about strictly showcasing me. Now, my character is one of those characters that I've disregarded you for majority of what you're doing, and if I find you lacking in something, the most that I will show you is my disappointment. And that's a battle tactic that goes with my character. Second round is when I'm actually focused a little bit more on the battle tactic of applying pressure on your weaknesses. So if I find you doing something that you don't usually like sit in, or if I find you kind of holding out too much, or I find you going for a long period of time but not doing a lot with that time, these are moments that I can capitalize on at this point, because I've already got my set out the way. Now I'm trying to continue to make this a great battle and consider that win. And in order to make that win happen, I have to showcase why you're losing, why you're not being able to make it to these moments. And if you have any weaknesses, this is about the time that I get to exploit them, because I've seen you wear yourself out now. I've seen your habits start to form. So that's kind of where that second round kind of plays a part. If I don't find you grooving, and if I don't find you enjoying yourself, if I don't find you moving with the beat, if I find that you're using too much of the same movement, these are all small details that my second round is able to capitalize on, if I make it there. So there's some times where if you make a one-rounder, obviously you're not gonna make it to that second, because you did everything possible in the right way and just demolished your opponent. But in the moments that you guys are kind of on an even stalemate, that second round is where you should be having the most like rebuttal actions to what they're doing. So that's just how I treat battles. That's how I handle my battles. If this is a gem that you would like to keep, cool. If this is something that you would like to use against me, by all means, attempt for it, because that just pushes you to work harder towards something, and it pushes me to just work myself even harder to make sure that my weaknesses aren't as noticeable or aren't as pushed aside for you to see them and then be able to rebuttal them. That makes sense. So my entire first round is all about embodying my character, embodying who I brought to this scene. Everything that I've done in my promos to kind of build up this Krump agent style has brought me to this first round. Now, I am, again, all about making sure that it is aware that just because you have the right tools, it doesn't mean that you have the right ability to use those tools effectively, and it can't guarantee a win. So my Krump agent character is about completing a mission. There's no beef to it, there's no issues to it. I'm simply giving all my tools, necessary requirements, necessary ideal, and then I'm pushing it at you. It's just because, again, you're just a name on my list. That is my character of that. I am assigned a role, and I am going to execute that role to its fullest potential. Lastly, before we start watching, I want to give a big shout out to Young Concrete, Aubrey Fisher. Yo, you killed it. You did a lot of great dope shit, and I want you to get your flowers early on, because as somebody who was really heavy in the choreo scene and then building into the routes that he has kind of taken himself to get to where he is, it really did impress me to see him work his way to where he is now. And for a lot of you guys who have seen him grow, you guys can attest to the same thing that I'm saying. When he's really starting to get the hang of things and really starting to push himself. So seeing that was honestly really great, and like, it made this battle feel a lot more worth it. I would say I did have my doubts at first, but I did end up feeling a lot more comfortable showing out, doing bigger, and doing, you know, more actively presenting myself due to how great you ended up being. So keep being great, keep pushing yourself. That was really, really fire rounds. Hey, great shit, bro. Yep. Gotta love me a good Bruce Lee intro. Gotta love me just an intro in general that has like some really good knowledge and tact into it. So like, you get to see the vibe of what we're going off of. Yep, right from the jump, want to make sure that every movement is character behind it, is impactful. Even if it isn't a lot going on, I want everybody to feel everything that I'm doing. Making sure that there are moments to where you are kind of acknowledging your opponent is a big deal, especially in battle tactics. You don't have to focus all your attention on your opponent, but for me, I want to make sure that, especially if I'm going to aim towards them in any way, shape, or form, I don't like to touch, I don't like to get heavy on hands, but I do like to acknowledge them, and I like to look them dead in their face, acknowledge their presence at any point in time in the round that I can. So that's kind of just a little side note, another gem. If you would like to, a good battle tactic is to make sure that you're always acknowledging your opponent in some way. Either, you know, if you are a handsy, touchy person, I guess that's great and all, you can use that. But just a simple look, a simple gesture, these things do carry weight. Playing off of the musicality. Making sure that there is a separation between my subtle movements and my hard-hitting movements. This is a big mind trick for the eye, especially because you obviously are seeing somebody who is like adapting to one kind of physical aspect, and then it shifts very, very fast. So there are times to where I like to surprise people with my intensity. So if you start off one way, you know, feel it out, get that moment out, have some moments to where you really do smooth things out to kind of play off of the subtlety. And then you have moments to where you're explosive. It's one of those like, you flex like I wish you would type stuff. So like, I don't want you to obviously test me, but if you do test me, you see where that line ends up being because of where I can bring it. So I'm not all fun and games and everything here. There's moments to where I can really drive heavy. So that's what I wanted to showcase now, like these small moments before even getting into combos and all that stuff. This is all character and building for movement. All right, getting into our first combo. We started out by building our underground tunnel, opening the gate, and then going under. I'm basically opening up the gate to my arsenal. My arsenal is where I train, where I build, and that also has a lot of pressure involved in there. So I'm weighted, I'm feeling in this, but it's nothing to me because I'm used to it. So I said, this is pressure, and you ain't ready for this, but here we go. So you see, I can freely move into it. I got everything kind of just pushing, everything building in these moments, from the actions, from the pieces where I can hold out. Oh my God, that shit was crazy. Especially all the stuff that's hitting with the music. Hey, this was nuts. I'm not gonna lie. I was really in a full bag on this one, and I really didn't see like the concept like a hitting instantly, but when I heard that certain people were getting it, I was like, oh, I can freely go, but all right, cool. So I'll go back a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, hey, check out the feet on this real quick, all right? It was good that it was slippery. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was good that it was a little bit slippery on the floor because I was able to use that to my advantage. But I'm swinging my leg out to adjust my other foot towards that direction, and when I swing it back, it kind of knocks it back. And I'm doing this all on one foot. Fucking like, I was duh. Look at this shit. Bam, boom, 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 boom. Hit, loop, whoop, whoop, oh. Yeah, it was nice. All right, separate part of the combo, okay? Still on the same concept here. Still on the same concept. First combo builds us into the tunnel, applies the pressure, gives the context of where I am before I actually start a little bit of my get off. Dial, I go down, I use that same dial, and I force it into the floor. I then press it to where my fist, because that's the weapon of my choosing, I then lift it up to now push it over to the side. I push it, I create that moment to where I can now show how heavy it is. Bam. From that adjustment, I can show the boom. And then after that, I go, all right, cool. Now I know what I'm going to use. I can now take the dial and pull it back. And then I'll push me back under the tunnel that I created. And then I pick myself up into slamming that thing in his face. So, taking that, boom, hit it. All right, give me the dial again, push it around, roll under through the tunnel, pull it to him, bam. Nuts. Now, again, the combo and the concept. The concept had to have a beginning, had to have a middle, and had to have an end to effectively register for people. So in order for me to get to that point, I needed people to know what it is that I'm trying to make happen. I needed people to see that my get off can be intertwined in this, that Krump is being infused very accurately in this concept and in this movement. And I need my combo to register a lot of the combos that I'm registering to effectively play a role to utilize the concept, okay? The concept is I'm going in and out of a tunnel that has one side being where he is and the other side being where my side is, which is where the pressure in my arsenal is. That's the concept overall, okay? I went in, I got my weapon of choice, I came out, I hit him with it. That is the concept. Now, from that concept, there is what I do in my side that matters, because what I do inside has to showcase what this thing is that I'm going to give to him to make it that explosive. And when you see it happen, you register, dang, the boom that I made is the boom that he receives. So this is a whole mess of stuff that like my imagination goes through when I'm building. I want to be able to obviously formulate my combos, but then apply a concept that uses and adapts to these combos to make them effective. So it's not just a combo that I'm just throwing out and just showing you guys little bits of stuff that I can do. I'm trying to show you about how I can play with this one idea, and my combos flow with it. My mental focus flows with it, and everything combines into making a final banger. All right, and then obviously a bang out after with my chugs, bang, 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 all the way through. And I even took the opportunity to come back into the same concept. because the concept was obviously on me opening up that underground. I went through and I had this moment to where before I went and hit him with it, I kind of hopped up, which caused this to fly up even higher, which led me to be able to chug through. And I look back at it to notice that it's coming down, and I then drop my head again to go under, and I hit it one more time to then knock it all the way up and out. It's still going. That's gonna blow your fucking mind. So again, I take it, hit, bam, bam, boom. Now it's officially done. Concept is officially over. Okay? So now let's run back that entire thing. All right? It's crazy how that didn't work, but I'm gonna run back the entire thing now. So this is the concept being two sides connected to a tunnel. Okay? There's a gate that opens up. I go in, I come out. I open up the gate even more on my way out again, and it's slowly going to be crumbling down as I'm chugging through. And then from that chugging through, I'm going to come back. That's going to hit me, and then I'm going to knock it out. Okay? A whole side concept in a combo, in another. It just goes crazy. Okay? So I'm going to look at this whole thing right again from the jump, watch the whole piece of it, and then you're going to be like, dang, that's crazy. All right, here we go. Boom. Knock it. Bing. Pull it up. It's slowly rising. Okay. Hit it in. Bing. Ouch. That hurt. Coming in. Okay. It's pressure. Look at this. Bang. Boom. Yee. Boom. Hit. Ha. Boom. Yee. 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 Nuts. Bang. Boom. 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 Hit. I'll hit. Nope. I want this one. Boom. Boom. Hit it. Boom. Hit, make that boom, boom. All right, cool. Now I know what I want. Hit the dial back, boom. Hit, open it up. Yeah, everybody felt that? Heat, chug, 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 bang, bang. Wait, so I going under? Heat, hit it, boom. Nuts. Then I get to play off character, just get off that moment. That moment was just like fucking escalated already enough. Everything else, I can now flow freely with whatever I want to do after this. Continuing the ideas, I don't have to worry about it. So now I'm in get off mode, and then I flow into this concept to come down, build it, bang. So overall, everything just is making sense now because people have registered everything that has happened thus far. So now my concepts after the fact, or my combos after the fact, are still relatively close to what I have done leading up to that. Okay, you've seen me hit something up, and even in this moment to where I did like toss and then move over to the side to swing under, and then from that hit, bam, coming back up to grab to go push up again. It's like it flows with everything that I've done. So it's just a heavy note just on the side, just like everything is kind of building up to what these moments are. So yeah, I feel like that was a really good round of overall. I feel like that last part was definitely like, I kind of didn't see the point of finishing out heavy anymore at that point. I wanted to see what was going to be the rebuttal. I wanted to see what Aubrey would do afterwards. So I said, all right, I let it be. It's only a little bit for right now, but I did some heavy bars at you. So I want you to come back and see what happens. All right. All right. So let's go into the next round. All right, so y'all gonna call me an asshole for this one. I ain't gonna lie. But my second round, I capitalized on one thing that he was not doing, and that's groove. And something that y'all know I got a lot of. Now, obviously, if you guys know, I am heavy on musicality. I honestly understand a lot when it comes to music. But when it comes down to how you attack music, it's very, very effective when it comes down to what you put your emphasis on. You can't make everything matter, and when it comes down to the music, you can't let everything be hard-hitting. You gotta let certain things flow with what you're trying to make happen. So whether it is your stomps, whether it is your grooves, whether it is your bounce overall, there are certain things that you should put a lot of detail and a lot of precision on, and there are some things that you just gotta glide through. And this is what I tried to showcase throughout majority of that round. Everything felt like it was easier because I just kept feeling a groove out and just let it stick. Groove was the main thing. Everything else, I was in playing, get off. I was in like a really good vibe. I honestly vibed out for majority of that last one, and I just felt good. All I wanted to do was just have fun and feel good. And that groove stuff helps. That helps you have fun in this shit, I tell you. So, we're gonna look at this around here, and I'm just tell you right now, hey, groove was A1. It doesn't matter what anybody else was going through. I was like, hey, I didn't see a good groove that stuck with him. I'm gonna get off, but I'm a groove though too. So, all right, let's watch some of these parts in here. One of my favorite tracks too. Already. Bang, bang, bang. Bro, the crazy thing about groove and knowing where your music is, you can play with a move, an idea, a combo, whatever the case is, and it will glide easily to the beat if you let it. The whole Loxus stuff that we have here, I'm going to explain kind of a concept that kind of just pushed in my head as I was grooving, and it was on some Loxus shit, I'm not going to lie to you, but when I tell you that like it just flowed so easy for me to not have to think hard, it was very simple aspects to this idea. Obviously, the lightning is in the air. Lightning is fast to get given to me. I'm creating the handle, and then from the moment that I hit, I'm piecing together the visual, pulling through to slam, adjust, hit one point, bing, 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 bing. Come through with it. All right. Come in. Bam. Over with. All with the music. All flowing with the music. I'm literally just like letting it control how heavy these moments hit. Dang. Bang, bang, bang. Handle. So there. All right, the lightning, come on. Bang, boom, boom. Handle effective, everything moves. Here we go. Let it up. Bam. Open, open, open. That's good. All right, cool. Bang, bang. Throw in there. In the space. See that? Create that tip, the area. Pew. Wait, grab it. Boom, boom. Oh, that was nuts. Back to groove. Find another one. Find another one. Bam. Yeet. Bro, I'm playing with so much shit now. I didn't even care. After that moment came, I was like, oh, it's a wrap. I'm just keep going and have fun. So, thank you guys for watching so much. Please make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff if you haven't already done so. Please make sure to keep that notification bell on too, because I am trying to make sure to post a part consistently. I'm almost out of my sickness. I can feel it getting better and better. So, I'll be back on to shooting my next promo pretty soon, because I have, next up is Hype Factory. So I'm excited. I'm going to be laying down the groundwork to what this character is going to be bringing, what the idea is going to be. The character that I'm bringing is actually not just going to be for Hype Factory, but it's also going to be for the corner session. So that means the energy that I'm bringing is going to be lasting for my next two battles. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Love you guys. Love all the support that you guys have been giving me so far. I love this aspect that I'm trying to shed more light onto when it comes to Krump in general. And I hope if you are a Krumper that that is a newcomer in this, that you do take something from this video or something from like what I've done, and maybe you can rework it into your own style, rework it into your own being, and effectively change the game. And for if you are watching this and you have no idea what Krump is and what we do or how this works, if you're interested in how we do things or how we think, this is pretty much a good, decent video, I would say, to kind of give you an idea about what we're really capable of and really capable of thinking up and working out. So, appreciate you so much for watching, taking the time out, and I'll see you guys next time. All right?